Okay, we're pretty far along the process of buying a business. Now you obviously got to go get some money, right? So two main types here. We got a conventional bank loan. It's going to go to your neighborhood bank, whatever, national bank, or you're going to get an SBA loan. Okay, those are really the only two types of loans you can get. SBA is going to be SBA is going to be most likely the way you're going to go versus a conventional. So the conventional, pros and cons on it. Pros, probably a shorter application time frame, more flexibility on the terms. The other side of a conventional is you're going to have shorter repayment terms, easier to qualify for, things like that. But with the conventional, it's going to be hard to get them because if your business doesn't have a lot of collateral, and what I mean by that, assets and inventory and things like that, they're going to be really uncomfortable. So if you're buying something for $1 million and it has $300,000 of equipment, which in a fire sale is really worth $50,000, they got nothing to cover their loan. So it's going to be really hard to qualify. So maybe 5 or maybe 10% of the businesses out there that you're going to be looking at, you might be able to go conventional. So most likely going to go SBA. The SBA is created because of small businesses really have no market to sell their businesses. As I just said, only 5 or 10% are going to qualify under SBA. So they know 90 to 95% of the businesses, if they want to sell them without the SBA, the only way you can sell them is seller financing. Okay? So they really created a market for small businesses to sell their businesses and to be able to cash out. And what the SBA actually does, you're not actually borrowing money from the SBA. The SBA guarantees or backs a loan from a regular bank. So you can go to, let's say, Wells Fargo to get the loan, and they're going to have an SBA lending department. Okay? So what the SBA actually does, you're going to borrow, let's say, $1 million. Okay? The SBA is going to guarantee 80% of that. So Wells Fargo, if you go bankrupt on day one, they're only on the line for $200,000, and then they're going to call the SBA, hey, write me a check for $800,000. Okay? So it gives a little bit of comfort or a lot of comfort to Wells Fargo to make that loan. It is kind of cumbersome to go through the process. It's going to be at least 90 days. They're going to fingerprint you. They're going to do massive background, all that sort of stuff. If you owe any taxes or defaulted on anything, defaulted on a student loan or anything like that, you're not going to qualify. And they throw in a guarantee fee as well. So it's kind of almost like a little fund that they create. So for each loan that they have, they're going to charge about 3%, give or take. So if you're borrowing $1 million, they're going to add an extra $30,000 on there. They're going to take that 30 and put it over here in a fund to help pay for all those people that default on it. Okay, so that's something that's kind of very different. So most likely going to go SBA on this stuff. So just be prepared for that. Yeah, I mean, either way you go conventional or SBA, go ahead and start putting all your paperwork together, right? It's gonna take a long time, right? I mean, we talked about having your 3 years of personal tax returns. If you own any other businesses or other real estate, things like that, have all that stuff into play. Have a personal financial statement, have a resume on yourself. Put the pro formas together, all that sort of stuff, loan package and assets that we got another video that goes on extensive detail of what that is. So yeah, just have all that stuff ready to go and it just speeds the process up.